Hi there. Welcome to a really quick tutorial. This is not an exhaustive, complicated training. It is truly short and sweet. Now, the reason it's short and sweet is you should have a lot of this information available. I'm just going to show you an example, and you can copy what I do and do it for your own. So one of the things, I'm a big fan of the Pareto Principle. And one of the things I always look at when I talk to a new client or I'm working with somebody for a while, we always look at their um, at their client portfolio. And basically what I want to know is who are their top clients, who are their bottom clients, and who's in between. And I don't care what business you're in, any business that finds ways to clone your best clients and ways to transition your worst clients out, you will grow because you're going to have less stress, less resistance, less baggage. Your employees will be happier. They'll give better service to your existing clients. This is one of the fastest ways I know to grow a professional service business. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people, they don't think, oh, if I clone my best and get rid of my worst, they feel the loss of the worst clients. The reality is, if you find new ways to serve your best clients, they will more than make up for the revenue you lose by getting rid of your worst. Now, to be clear, I'm not telling you to go out and fire your worst clients. What I'm going to do is just identify them, and we will fire them when we're ready. So the first thing I look to is to identify what's my bottom 20%, who are the big pain in the butt clients that drive me nuts. And so what we can do with that is we can figure out how to get rid of them, or we figure out how much revenue we need to replace by offering better, higher value services to our top clients. Now, we've already talked about the transformational triad, and that's where this comes in. We figure out new ways to serve our best clients. So I did a mock analysis, and obviously this is very simplified for a short video, but I listed my clients out by name, and there's a pairing here. They're a group. And by the way, product service doesn't matter because we're just looking at fees. And these are just sort of rough fees that these people pay on an annual basis. Now, here's the power. These are my 5 criteria. You will customize this and have your own criteria. For me, first and foremost, if they don't listen, I don't want the stress, I don't want the headaches, I'm not going to work with them. Second of all, if I don't like them, I don't care how much money they have, I don't want to work with them. Third, maybe they listen, maybe I like them, but if I can't help them, why would I want to work with them? For example, maybe they've outgrown me, or maybe they're too small for me. Then the next one is pay. Will they pay my fees? So do they pay on time? Do they pay happily? Do they grumble when my invoices come? Do they delay? What does that look like? Because one of the cardinal sins of a professional service firm is providing services you don't get paid for. Nobody wants bad debt. Nobody wants write-offs. I don't want to work with people who won't pay for it. I may like them a lot, and maybe I want to do something out of the goodness of my heart. That's not a business decision. That's a charity decision. And then the final one is, what is their attitude? And you can do whatever ranking makes sense to you. I did a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is the lowest score. So on the listen category, they don't listen much or at all. And a 5 is the top score. So what I'm going to do is just over on the right here, I created a little ranking. So they listen. If they get above a 2.5, they get a 1. And if they're below, they get a 0. So for all of these, this one gets a 1. Let's just share. That's a 1. That's a 1. That's a 1. 0, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And sometimes you'll find some surprises. Sometimes you'll just reaffirm your biases. Okay, so what I did, just as a percentage, I calculated, and based on my criteria, my top client is space Y, and then the Florida HVAC and Atlanta, they all tie in. Amazing books in green arrow transport might not make the cut. Now, first things first, I would try to figure out if there was ways I could elevate those, charge a higher fee, work on more value. But if you don't have at least an 80% in this column, they're not good clients for you. So the next video we'll talk about how to fix that. But for now, I just want you to go to your client base and create a little bit of a review and see which of your clients actually would pass based on your criteria. And by the way, the criteria are the most important thing. So I would measure it based on a conversation with employees and with your partners, and make sure you all agree what's important. And then you want to focus on how do we build relationships with the clients that meet our criteria the best. So thank you. I hope that was useful.